Oh my god, that is quite right. Hello everyone, Nika here with your daily neuro nuggets. So we have a lot of important information to cover today, guys. I have no idea how this has not gone viral yet. Okay, we're going to be reviewing this document that just dropped, and it is the notice on state's objection to the defendant's motion to change the venue. What a freaking mouthful. But again, this document should have gone viral the moment that it was released to all of us on the idaho.gov website. Why? Because the state is admitting basically to effing up. This is not a small mistake. This is massive. And maybe one could argue that it could impact the way the trial plays out. And before we get started, I made a little something different today, guys, just for you. I made a very, very concentrated infusion of elderberries. Now, you guys know I work in a laboratory. I'm exposed to all kinds of things that we have in the lab. I'm not even gonna go there. It's like everything, every bacteria, everything possible, I work with it, and a lot of people are catching stuff at the moment, so I decided to make something super duper concentrated. Never do anything I do. This is not medical advice. I'm not a doctor. You will not sue me. This is what it looks like, guys. This is technically the amount of elderberries that I would use to make almost 4 cups of tea. This is what it looks like. This is maybe, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 ounces of fluid, and it is beautiful, and I did let it cool down here, so for some reason, there's a little bit of spice in here. Maybe I used my knife that I used to cut my jalapenos. Or maybe it's because it's very concentrated. Nonetheless, this stuff is supposed to be very, very high in vitamin C, and it is great for the immune system. It's supposed to promote heart health, and it is good for blood sugar regulation, but I am not a doctor, so yeah, don't do anything I do. Let's get onto this document, guys, because this is very telling. It's the state admitting to their fuck up, basically. Now, this is what it says. Upon review of the defendant's reply brief and the supporting declaration, as well as a review of the documents submitted by the defendant with his initial brief, the state provides the following notice. Portion of the state's brief indicate that the state was not provided survey data from the defendant. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. They are literally saying they made a mistake. The state was provided data from the surveys as well as a declaration that analyzed some of that data when the defendant filed the initial motion to change venue on July 22, 2024. What the F did I just read, guys? What did I just read? Okay, this is a problem across the globe. This is a problem across the country, but it's very problematic at this moment in Idaho for some reason. Again, I don't know if it's this water that they're drinking. I don't know if it's the politicians there. What is going on in Idaho? This godforsaken children of the corn town. It's crazy that this has not gone viral. You know why? Because if this would have been, if we flip the scripts, and this would have been Ann Taylor and her team saying, we made an oopsie, we effed up, guys, this would have gone viral. The media would have taken over. The media is supposed to be here for we the people. You guys know I'm a big fan of our rights, of the Constitution, especially because I am a veteran and I come from a veteran family, an LE family. So when I see shit like this, it irks me quite deeply. Now, the first thing that I catch here, it says upon review. I'm like, okay, did you not review it the first time? Are you just not even going through the documents? Idaho, is that what you're doing? Is Ann and her team sending you piles and piles of paperwork and you're just saying whatever you want in response? Because remember, that was a response to Ann Taylor. The first time Ann Taylor said, we want to change the venue because, Moscow is biased and they have mob mentality. And then Idaho said, this is what they said, guys. This is what Idaho State said. They had argued, one, that the survey data provided by Dr. Edelman was inadequate to justify the change of venue due to omission of data. That's what Idaho told Ann. They also said the court doesn't have complete survey data, therefore cannot adequately compare data among the 4 surveyed counties. So now you're telling me you actually didn't read this. Oops, upon review, we made a mistake. We made an oopsie. We effed up. We actually don't read any of your documents, and yikes. Yikes. That's a big problem for people who believe in justice. I'm not just talking about justice for the victims. We definitely want justice for these 4 people. Yes, justice across the globe. You know why? Because at any point in freaking time, it could be me or you sitting in the position that co-worker is in. We could be in that position ourselves. Hopefully we are never there, but we could be. And that's why we have to protect our rights, our constitution, our justice system. We have to hold them accountable. In this video here, what are we doing? We are holding Idaho State accountable because they are just writing up paperwork saying, well, we shouldn't really change the venue because, again, Dr. Edelman didn't provide data and the court didn't, we don't have the survey data either. Those are their 2 main arguments prior to this document. And now they're having to write up this whole freaking document again saying, so yeah, we kind of had the data and we totally didn't read it, right? All 22, 23 pages of it, we totally oops, we didn't read it, but it turns out that we actually do have the data. Yeah, that's where our tax dollars are freaking going, okay? People like to say that there's money wasted in this case because they say it's a clear-cut case, but obviously it is not. Because now my concern as a U.S. citizen who fought for our rights as a veteran, now I'm more concerned. Because if you didn't even read this 20-page document, am I supposed to believe that you actually did your job when it came to reading the other documents we've seen for the last 2 years? Filing emotions, filing, right? I've lost track of the legal documents on idaho.gov already, just on this case alone. How are we supposed to trust Bill here? How are we supposed to trust Idaho? The problem is we can't. In this case, they owned up to their mistake, probably because somebody pointed out their mistake. I doubt that Billy and his team were actually brilliant enough to catch their own mistake. I don't think so. But here we are, 20-page document, Billy Boy and co. saying, we don't have the documents. Let's bitch about that in an article, in another document. Only to have to come back, write another document and say, yeah, so we totally have the data. We made a big mistake. Why isn't this going viral? Make this video go viral. Not for me. I have a job. I have a regular, boring 40 to 80 hour a week job, okay? Make it go viral because we want to hold these people running our country accountable, okay? This is much larger than Moscow. This is much larger than the IDAHO4. This is for our country, guys. We need to protect our rights. Why? Because, again, any day, it could be me, it could be you, it could be our children. So keep that in mind as we go through the case. I need my immune system boosted, so you guys have a good night. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave an emoji, because that makes me come back and it makes me happy and it makes me want to make more videos. So stay tuned for this case. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of more documents that are going to be dropped pretty soon on the idaho.gov website. So I will be keeping an eye on those. Stay tuned, guys. Have a good night.